Good evening and welcome everyone to round 6 of our ACC League. Today we'll be racing at the world famous Nürburgring, or else made famous by some of our very own drivers due to some accidents and stuff that happens at turn 1. It's a double points race and it's gonna be all to play for all these drivers right here amongst us. And I think the quali has already started. So let's get straight into the quali and then we'll keep on briefing about the track and the race format. Joining today with me is Tanish as my co commentator and SSJ Assassin as our streamer. Hello, guys, how are you?
SSJ, so are you enjoying streaming this race? What about the track? I think this is a lovely track to go on board different drivers, and I think there are a lot of battles gonna
Yeah,
happen on the track, so it must be fun for us, the streamer, as well this time.
yeah. Compared to the last few seasons, undoubtedly, because I was getting used to having only having to stream a race with like 13, 14 drivers, but for almost every race so far, this is our sixth race of the season, and we're having and yeah, I think we have like a 27 driver grid. So pack that with the track that we've got today, and it's going to be very exciting spectacle to watch.
Yep, it surely will be, as right now we are on board with Davlish, the first person cam who is going to different corners as only 7 minutes remaining in quali. Kake, if I ask you, what are your expectations from today? Like top three, I think the first one you will always say Davlish, that's no question. But what about the other two? Any guesses?
Yeah, the leash is just there. We should probably, full credits to him for whatever he does, the amount of time he puts in, the concentration, the hard work. It's all, showing off in these races. But yeah, he's just there at number one, just like Max is dominating the F1 season. He's completely dominating ACC right here in IRC. So P1 is any time of the day just handed over to the leash regarding the other two podium places. SSJ, if you can quickly press tab once so I can see who all are racing in the pro class today because I see Sai Prithvi and Worship the Panda. Yep. So those two are quite, have high probability of getting up onto the top three. Sai Prithvi, I definitely expect to be P2. And then third place might be a bit of a, hula hoop amongst everyone in the rest of the pro class because I have seen some, slightly below par performances from Panda as well during quali. So P3 might be up for grabs from the guy on screen as well right now, FIFA Kanak. And maybe it's cylinders if he puts in a decent time. But as it stands, it is the P3 we all expect, the Bleach, Sai, and Panda.
Yep, and being a 16 corner track, it will not be easy for the drivers because most of the corners are fast corners, and if even if you mess up your line slightly, either it's entry or exit, you're gonna lose a lot of time because of the accelerations which are not too high as compared to any other open wheel race cars, which is like Formula One, for example. So it's gonna be for the drivers to just nail the lap and get the lap time they want on the leaderboard.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite important to maximize your exits on this track, especially before the start finish straight and just after the Schumacher race. Those two straights can actually the exits onto those two straights can help you gain a lot of time. And then, of course, the turn one to turn four sections, sweeping curves left and right. Those are also where you can gain and lose a lot of time.
Yep, yep. And again, as we discussed, it's only 4 minutes remaining in quali, and we are seeing our top three as of now, who are Davli Singh, Sai Prithvi, which you predicted. As of now, P3 is FIFA Kanak,
Yep.
who is 5 tenths ahead of Worship the Panda in terms of one lap pace. So, yep, it's still the battle is still on for that P3 spot, at least in quali.
Yeah, exactly. And the leash goes a bit faster as well, 153.2, the current pole time. Sai Prithvi currently 3 tenths and the bit off, followed by Worship the Panda, who retakes P3, goes about 3 tenths faster than FIFA Kanak now. and who is P4 currently. P5 is 8 cylinders, who is on screen right now, and followed by AJ Sam, who has been quite impressive in that BMW of his. Star Max Lord is also an impressive showing up here in P7, which is then followed by Oshan. And then we have Baldi, who is currently the highest runner in the AM class, with a nice livery on that Mercedes, quite a blend of colors right there. And then just, skimming through those turns right there, get a good exit through the chicane for the last turn, and then bang onto the main straight.
Yep.
And let's
It
see what kind of time he does. He improves and goes P5. That's a rapid time. He splits the two pro class drivers, FIFA Kanakan 8 cylinders. Considering his performances, if he goes on like this, there might be a promotion in store for Baldy right here.
Yep, just not the silver class. He's trying to beat the pro class drivers as well. So yep, he does got some pace on this track at least, and doing really good to be honest. But yeah, to be honest, I would like to give credits to Sai Prithvi as well. Like we know Davlish how much time and effort he puts in getting those lap times right and consistency. But Sai Prithvi is also not that far behind. Only 3/10 from Davlish lap time. I think even that is a great lap time from him.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been consistently among the top threes. In the previous season, he has given a fair bit of fight to both Davlish and Masoom Prakhar as well. So he is one of our consistent racers and always at the top. And as we speak about him and other drivers on the grid, a few drivers are yet to set a time. Only 19 drivers out of, I think it's 25 or 26 we have right now on the grid. A couple of FAM class drivers and a couple of silver class drivers are yet to set their time. Being a 10-minute quali, you get a maximum of 4 laps probably, considering the lap times here are about an average of 153s, which probably the Bleach disagrees since he has done a 52.8.
Yep.
But yeah, 53 to 55, that's a decent amount of range for the pro and silver class. So you get a maximum of 4 clean laps, maybe 5 if you just go hard on all the laps, but then you sort of scrub away your tires, and by the last lap, your tire might not be at their optimal range. So yeah, 3 laps, 4 laps. It's a high pressure quali, this 10-minute one.
Yep, it surely is. And I think Davlish is watching the stream as well because he must have heard us praising Sai Prithvi on how he's only 3/10 behind him, and now he just increases that gap with 3 more tenths, and now it's 6/10 to Sai Prithvi. So he's keeping an eye on commentators, I guess, just to see how much he can, you know, what commentators are saying and how much more fast he can go, just to show that he is purely dominant in this game in IRC.
Yeah, absolutely he is, and it just goes on to show how much work he puts in, how much effort he puts in, not just for our league here at IRC, but for every other league he races in. And that's, kudos to him for putting in all these efforts.
Yep, right now it's only 20 seconds remaining, and I guess everyone must be on their final laps apart from I think 2 3 drivers who will get a time to start the new laps. So I think everyone is just about to finish their quali laps. And let's see what our leaderboard will be after quali is over, which is over as of now, and drivers would be just completing their laps in. As right now, Pururav, who was pretty aggressive on the exit of that Schumacher SS, and I think he must have lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, it's actually you do need to mount a lot of curve, but that might have been a bit too much. Just saw his car bouncing around quite heavily. But let's see as he comes up to the final chicane of the track. And it's actually you can eat a lot of curves for this chicane as well. Just get the car, go yeet, and just brake as late as possible into the last turn and try to accelerate as early as possible without losing too much traction. A bit of oversteer for him right there as he crosses the line and goes P7, improves from his P10 position earlier. The top three might be the third position might be in place as FIFA Kanak is going to cross the line and he stays P4. So yeah, that's our top three done probably. Davlish, Sai Prithvi and Worship the Panda. Then we have FIFA Kanak and Deepakraj rounding off the top 5 on board Flying Chapati as he uh, is in Sector 3, rather Sector 2. And let's see how his time goes on. I think we have just four drivers behind him who are yet to set a time. And I see is that car number 7 behind him?
I think it's 7. Yep, it's 7.
7, yeah.
Who is car number 7? I can't see on the leaderboard. I think it must be his first lap. I
It's
can't
Baldy,
say.
yeah.
Yep, 7 is Baldy. Yep, okay. And I think
And
it's a
Chapati.
really amazing performance from Deepak as well, being in P5 ahead of two pro class drivers, 1.7 behind Davlish. So I think it's a decent time from him as well.
Yep. So as we see the timing chart here, W Singh P1, all three purple sectors. 152.8 for him, followed by Sai Prithvi and Panda for the podium positions. Then we have FIFA, Deepak, Flying Chapatis, Tamax, Purira, Baldy, and 8 cylinders rounding off the top 10. Special mention to Baldy being the highest AM class finisher right here in the quali. And then if we can just run down through the order to see if everyone set their time or not. And I guess they did. Oh, that's me right there. I won't be racing, don't worry. I'm here commentating. That Jaguar is a lovely car, no doubt, but yeah, not lovely enough to be driving in for the whole season.
I mean, sometimes it's just that even if a car is understeery or oversteery, if it just matches your driving style, it can be the perfect car for you. Like I remember one incident where I was enjoying the car driving more when it was damaged compared to when it was properly fine in the race.
Yep, absolutely. It does happen when some sort of damage actually makes the car, a bit better to drive. But one damage that has hampered the leash is power cut. He has had a power cut, and I hope he is able to join in time till the race one starts. Otherwise, he'll be starting from the back of the grid.
That's seriously unfortunate for him. But to be honest, I mean, okay, ignoring the efforts and everything that he have put, it's still gonna be fun for him and a great overtaking practice for him to, just start from behind and just keep on coming in front. Obviously, he must have put in a lot of efforts to, get that lap time to be on that position, and no one would want to lose it. But again, he is someone who still got the potential to just blitz the field and come back in the podium places at least.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like Aladdin is also trying to do a last to first challenge, no time set by him. So it's gonna be nice, and uh, I hope we have a quick start, and let's see how the things go on.
Yep. There are a few questions. Okay, we are on the grid. So I think it's fine as of now. It just looks
Is
fine.
is Devli still here? Looks like he's here. Is the car here, or is it
I
in the
think the
pits?
car is here, so he must have
Yeah,
joined
it is
back.
here. Yep.
So, yep, that's good to know that he's back in the race and will be starting from the front where he belong. And yep, the
Yeah.
battle is gonna be amazing because it's Lambo versus Porsche. So, what do you expect on the straight? I think Lambo will have an edge till the corner.
Yeah, it should definitely. Probably Panda will be quite interested, just diving towards the inside into turn one,
Mhm.
since the lead drive is starting on the right hand side, which is the inside line for turn one. So that's going to be quite interesting for him as well.
Yep.
And I think everyone on the right hand side will be fancying their chances. Of course, they have to be careful that someone from behind doesn't become a bowling ball and just mows all of them down. That's going to be another factor because we have seen that happening a couple of times here at Nürburgring. So gonna be a cautious start. Of course, no rain predicted. It's gonna be sunny throughout the race. And since it's a double points race, I think everyone should be working twice as hard to get as many positions as possible.
Yep, and seeing on the screen it's showing as optimum grip on the track, so I guess drivers would be immediately on to pushing for the fast laps and just not waiting to get the temperatures and all, just trying to maximize the time and create a gap to the drivers behind them.
Yep, absolutely. Just a 20-minute race. So within this short formation lap, just mash your brakes and the accelerator together, just get those kind of temps going into the brakes and bit of temps at the tire surface. But that's probably the most you can do in a short formation lap. Rest, of course, as you do a couple of laps, the tires get into their working window. But you have to, as you said, you have to push right from the start, as there's just no time to warm up or, be complacent in this 20-minute race.
Yep. But one more factor is that it's a double point race. So you just don't want to end up in a position where you are not finishing the race or
30
outside
seconds.
of the points. So it's just that even if you finish behind, you want to finish in the points. Like not like minimize loss of points in the standings. So you just you just need to be cautious and just finish in the points, get as much points as you can by the end of the race and be there in the standings, because in the
Yeah.
long run obviously the championship matters.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think three more rounds to go, or two more rounds to go after this, I think. No, three more rounds, nine race calendar, I think. Yeah, three more rounds to go after this, so lots to play for yet. You don't want to be, diving unnecessarily and getting damage that might ruin your double points race. But yeah, the top five is gonna be interesting. But yeah, let's not forget the cars behind. So if there might be some yellow flags being shown, we would like to switch to those and see what happened and what is happening behind the grid.
Yep, as we see, they are about to reach the start finish line, and I'm expecting the lights will soon turn green. As Zavrish is already a decent gap ahead to
Green
the
light.
driver
Go,
in
go, go.
P2. Let's see what's gonna happen, and it's green lights, and all drivers are off to the turn one. And there's a car moving weirdly on the left. I don't know who it was, but
I think
yep,
that's Baldy here.
and there's a
Yeah, and
dab
then
of
there's the turn one crash we all feared. I saw a green Porsche sort of punting a bit, and then that just, massively snowballed into a chain reaction. And that means that there is massive crash right at turn one. The top six have gone off clearly. The top five are in a bunch right now, and sixth and seventh position seem to have gone off clearly as well. Still a couple of slow cars right behind, but the top five, top six, top seven, I think, in general, were quite clear of the destruction that took place behind. But yeah, that's unfortunate to see once again such a big crash happening at turn one. Let's see who is gonna get the new password named after them.
I mean, let's see. We'll soon find it out after the race. But as of now, I think it's because of that kink before the approach to turn one. There are a lot of drivers who are not experienced enough and sometimes misjudge their, turnings, because their cars obviously going side by side at the race start. And you just don't expect that there is a car and your track is running in a different direction, making you push towards that car. So you just touch that car and it's like a chain reaction after that. When one car spins, it's like one, two, three, and on. So yep, I think
Yeah,
it's just an experience difference which comes into play, because as you can see, the top drivers literally made it fine from that place.
yep, absolutely. The thing is, the Nürburgring start finish is actually quite a wide section of track. So it's easy to go three wide or even four wide during the race procedures. And I think that's what happened. And once you go three wide, you can't really see the braking markers if you're in the middle. And if I'm not wrong, it was a car in the middle who actually, caused that collision, as we see some drivers popping into the pit lane to fix their damages. And that's Baldy who started P7, but unfortunately he is now into the pits. Aladdin has made up quite a few positions, is now up to P14 as he goes for a massive dive bomb right there,
Oh
overshoots,
my
and as
god,
we see, there's a contact right behind them. That's Turbochuk
turbo
who
choke.
was
Yep.
spun around, and lots of things happening simultaneously right in that turn one. Again, a dive bomb going. into the turn three, I guess. Yeah, that was turn three by Aladdin. Didn't work out that well this time around. Heisenberg keeping his place, staying P12. Itzel, meanwhile, after falling back, is now making moves, climbing back up to P14 as we were almost three wide right behind them. Turbochuk, Deepak, and Oshan. Deepak also, suffered massively because of that turn one incident and is now down to P17.
Yep. I'm pretty scared. I hope it was not because of the jinx that we did by saying he did amazing quali.
Ah,
But yep,
yeah.
as of now, he's trying to make his way to the top 10 positions at least, and he's going for the move through Schumacher. Says, will he make it stick? Yep, he does.
Oh,
Sean
that's a
gave
lovely
him
move.
enough space, and yep, I think that was a clean battle from both of them. And Ocean is trying to use that opportunity, try to overtake Shan, which he manages to do. It looks like Shan. Okay, I'm not
Yeah,
sure who is
either
falling back there, but
either he has a lot of damage or he's, just being way too generous with his car placement, giving lots of space to everyone. You
yep.
won't be want to doing that considering it's a double point race and each and every position matters. You got to be fighting with bit of elbows out as Aladdin goes a bit on the grass and it's Slenders right behind him as Heisenberg and Fuzzy Dunlop goes side by side coming into turn one. Let's see who breaks later and gets the position. And it is still Fuzzy Dunlop who holds on to the position. And right behind them, Aladdin defends with the inside line. Paisan
Oh
now
my
goes for a
god.
time. This some sort of. Oh no, that's. Uh,
Faizan,
oh,
that's Faizan
some.
who just
Yeah.
ghosted through that car of, I think it was Aladdin if I'm not wrong.
That was Itzel, yeah.
Yep.
Itzel's car.
That I am seriously unsure what happened there, but yep, Faizan involved in another incident. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but it was pretty hilarious to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, it collected the car coming behind them as well. But yeah, it's a lot of damage as you can see on that front of the Ferrari of itself. And
I think
I
it's
don't
a
know.
Ferrari of Heisenberg if I'm not wrong.
That is
Uh,
Heisenberg. So yeah, my bad. Sorry, that's Heisenberg, not itself.
yep, it's Ferrari of Heisenberg who's trying to make a move again. With Fuzzy Dunlop, it's a nice battle going on. Fuzzy Dunlop keeps the position going through the Schumacher S's, and I think he'll keep it at least till they approach the back straight, if I'm not wrong. I think that's what we call it.
Yep.
Uh, and I think Heisenberg should try to, just wait one lap, see where he's making mistakes, and then, the next lap just try to pounce on that.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys have actually been quite close throughout the season, and they have always provided some battles and some incidents as well, unfortunately. But yeah, it's quite a close pack right now. This five cars, all different manufacturers as well. We have Aston, Ferrari, Porsche, another Ferrari right back, and an Audi. Of course, eight cylinders and Deepakraj will be quite, eager to overtake these three cars ahead of them. It's of course being in the pro class and considering where Deepak finished, he also has massive amounts of pace right now.
Yep. As we see a car flying, I think it's because of the lag or something. I'm not sure what is happening in this race. I mean, there are a lot of incidents, not just on track, but seriously, some other incidents as well, which we are not expecting to happen. But yep, in one or other way, it's just trying to prove an amazing race till now.
Yeah, indeed, definitely. And a couple of slow cars. Someone is in the pits as well right now, as they were almost three wide right there. This four car pack now with one car, eating themselves because of server connection or whatever. But yeah, that's Deepakraj going around the outside and gets the move done on Fuzzy Dunlop. And now it's Aladdin, 8 cylinders, and Deepakraj who are fighting out to get to P11 and then further climb on to the top 10 positions.
Yeah, first of all, I think it's the battle of the mods who is 8th Sil and Deepakraj. Then it's Aladdin who is leading the pack of of both of them. So let's see which mod comes out on top in the battle.
Yeah.
But yep, I think though there's a class difference between Deepak and 8th Sil, it looks like on some tracks Deepak and 8th Sil are pretty similar paced. Like it's like sometimes Deepak just gets the hang of the track or it's his favorite track, and he just managed to get a decent lap time in.
Yeah, absolutely. And once that happens, the gulf among the drivers decreases further down. But as you're saying that, I think it's Deepak went a bit deep into one of the corners and just lost a bit of time right there. And as it slenders, loses it into the final chicane and goes off into the wall. Aladdin also goes really deep into the final chicane. Don't know what happened right there as Deepak moves ahead, overtakes both of them, is now up to P11. And it still has RTG'd back into the pit straight away. We have Turbochuk and Shawshank as well in the pits right now. Don't know if they're servicing their car or they have decided to just, take a break from race one as Tarmac Lord goes for a dive down the inside and gets the overtake done on Shan, who is now down to P16. He is losing positions rapidly. And right behind him, we have now Faizan joining into sorry, Faizan is 10 seconds behind. We have now Fuzzy Starmax as Fuzzy Dunlop is spun around and then bonged right there by Shan. Again, this, the the first 3 to 4 turns is just not being, lenient to any of these drivers.
Sorry to correct, but I think it was Star Max slot because of whom Fuzzy Dunlop spun, and then
Yeah,
Shan
yep.
got caught. It looked like that because Shan is in BMW and he was, I think, behind that Mercedes, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, yeah, Shan bumped him as Turbochuk has a stop go 30, most likely speeding into the pit lane.
Yep, and
And
pretty unusual place to park because you don't expect the cars to brake very easily through that place, and sometimes there will be car who will just misjudge the braking and just go directly straight through that runoff. So it's a pretty dangerous place to stop the car or slow down the car.
yeah, absolutely. Strange things have happened before here at Nürburgring, and I think they'll keep on happening with 10 minutes remaining. Right now, this seems to be one of the closest battles on the track. Aladdin chasing Oshan, as
Yep.
Oshan goes really deep and wide, and Aladdin gets an easy overtake done. So that's a Porsche going ahead of the other Porsche.
Yep, it looked like Aladdin was just putting that pressure on Ocean and forced him into a error, which is pretty easy to make through the final chicane because there's not a lot of runoff on the exit. Plus, the curbs are very aggressive there. It can literally make your car fly. So, yep, and
Yeah.
Aladdin is just finding those opportunities to gain places. He's not like going very aggressive or something. He's just finding those opportunities where drivers are making mistake or not, and just maximizing them.
Yep, absolutely. And I think up ahead, Tai and Panda are also getting quite close. There are suddenly a couple of really close battles going on. But I think let's stick with this one as of now, as these two seem to be quite close. But yeah, as I say, that Panda also reduces the gap. But then again, about 3 sets of battle going on right now, and I think this three-way battle between Saidak, Banat, and Deepak is going to provide us with a lot of action. The two Audis chasing the Mercedes of Saidak. And as Deepak tips the wheel onto the grass, Banat loses it somehow and he manages to keep it though he does and he slides off into the barriers as he loses that position for a brief moment. He almost had it under control, but then probably just overcorrecting his steering right there and losing the car once again as he parks the car nicely to defend from Ocean, but nonetheless he goes ahead and grabs P12.
I am not pretty sure. Was that a safe rejoin from Banat? I mean, not Banat. Who was it? The Banat. Yep. Was
Yeah,
that a
Banat.
safe? Because he directly came under the racing line there, and it looked like Ocean must have slowed down there to just stay behind and not crash into Banat. And there's aggressive battle going on now there between them. Let's see who comes out on top.
Yeah, going side by side
Starmax
through
was just trying to
Starmax.
cheeky
Yep.
there and get the move done on Ocean.
Yeah, Starmax conveniently cut the right-hander part of the chicane just to make up some time. As Oshan squeezes him against the wall, there is a slight kink coming up, but yes, Starmax goes ahead. Oshan switches back and goes down the inside, takes the place back, but runs a bit wide, and Starmax again is now side by side. Oshan will have the inside line once again coming to turn two. and looks like he has the position as of now. A nice bit of battle between those two right now. But yeah, coming back to the point earlier you said about the unsafe rejoin, might have been the case that he came right to the racing line under the braking zone. So it might not have been that much, impeding nature of rejoin. So, but yeah, it's all gonna be up to the steward's eyes if Oshan decides to report it.
Yep, surely. And I think that move from StarMax, which he was trying to pull from the inside on Ocean, it kind of gave me a flashbacks of Rubens Barrichello trying to get a move done on Schumacher in F1
Yeah,
when he got
absolutely.
pushed like fully towards the wall. And I think the track was hungry in that case, I'm not
2012
wrong.
Hungarian.
Yep,
Yeah,
that hungry track, and that was a proper flashback. So with the no space, literally only one car length, one car width. I'm sorry, one car width, and that was all for Starmax to keep the car on track there.
yeah, and he did quite well as well. Almost had probably just a bit of, less acceleration out of turn one. Otherwise, he could have had, a better chance of challenging Oshan right there, as Panda keeps on piling the pressure on Sai Prithvi. The gap has been consistently under 1 second. Of course, no DRS for these GT3 cars, but yeah, just trying to keep as close as possible. And another close battle right here among Supreme Kai and Mamuka Admi. Supreme Kai,
That
I
was not a
think
place
there,
to poke the nose. That was not the place.
yeah, yeah, I think it's. I know it's very preliminary, but I think both of them might have been at fault there. Mamuka Army just closing the door on him, and Supreme Kai still going for it, but that was hard done for both of them. Both of them losing time there. Supreme Kai losing a position to one of the lapped cars as Starmax Lord is in battle with Oshan again. A bit of bumping going on through turn four, and Oshan is still ahead right there.
Yep. And as right now it's 5 minutes remaining into race one, and Starmax is putting the pressure on Ocean and would try to get the move. I think Ocean's car, it looks like he got a lot of damage, so it won't
Yep.
be a very difficult pass for Starmax Lord. Though he has been trying to get that move done from past few laps. But let's see. And as we say that he just gets the move done on Ocean after he makes a mistake. I
Yep.
am sorry, Oshan. It was no nothing from my end. It was just coincidence that you made the mistake at the same time. Okay, I see a Beyblade there.
Okay. That's side duck, and he decides to retire, goes back straight in the pits. Don't know what happened right there. Just saw him spinning and probably getting hit by one of the cars behind, or just bouncing off the barriers. I really don't know what happened there. Starmax seems to be flashing his lights on everyone right now. Don't know what's happening. But yeah, Bharat was quite far away from Starmax to be involved in anything.
Yep, and I think that spinning Mercedes literally gave us a decent transition of the cars approaching to the Schumacher assist.
Yeah, absolutely.
But right now we are seeing, I think, is it? Yep, it's sunrise. So I think that track temperatures will start to improve if I'm not wrong. Not a lot, but surely will they cause any difference in this race?
Yeah, don't think so. It might cause any sudden changes as of now because it will still take some time, and the conditions are relatively colder, 15-degree track and ambient. So uh, probably in the remaining 3 minutes, nothing significant is gonna change. But yeah, anything significant that might change is some positions, some battles that are still happening. Meanwhile, lest we forget, the leash is rounding off into the final turn, comfortably ahead of rest of the field. And then Sai Prithvi currently in P2, followed by Worship the Part in P3, having their own mini battle. And then we have other round of battles going on everywhere.
Yep, it surely is. I mean, to be honest, I would say even race one, it's 18 minutes into the race, and this was seriously an interesting race to watch till now. With so many incidents, right now, the leash leading comfortably, like you said. I think the battle is still on for P2 between Worship the Panda and Sai Prithvi.
So, yep.
Can we just check if it's still on? Yep, it's still
Yeah,
on. But
yeah,
I don't
maintaining
think
that.
they. Yep, sorry.
Yeah, maintaining that consistent gap of 0.8, 0.9.
Yep, but to be honest, I don't think any of the driver would really be aggressive in that battle, whether it's Panda or whether it's a driver in front who is Sai, because obviously there is another race and you would not want to lose a lot of points in crashes and stuff. You just want to maintain P2 and 3 and try to, get those points back in the next race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as we speak of, driving a bit carefully, I think Starmax Lord right is sort of over driving a bit, which is causing him to lose time as Supreme Khan and Mamukani once again go side by side through the final chicane. This time around, no one tags anyone or spins around. So a better result for both of them. But yeah, if we can go back to Starmax and Banat's battle, I think Starmax Lord is trying to overdrive right here, just trying to pin his brakes a bit late, trying to floor it as soon as possible. That's just causing him to lose traction and go deep. And, that's just causing him to lose time. I know there's no laps left, but he just need to make sure that he's hot lapping and not just, pushing mindlessly and following the car head because Banat is also making some mistakes. He is slightly slow as we speak, so Starmax should have this overtake quite easily if he just keeps a cool head.
Yep, and I think Banat is the one which who has a lot of damage on the fronts as well. Rios also doesn't look nice.
Yep.
So Starmix should just slightly, stay calm and stay patient. And though it will be final lap after this, if I'm not wrong, but yep, he should wait for that right move and not overdrive the car because in that thing he's just, making mistakes and not able to get that close to the driver in front and get that move done. So. Yep, he
He,
can slightly wait and just, I mean, it's only final lap, but he still needs to understand where the driver in front is making mistakes.
yeah, absolutely. Still one more lap to go after this for these two drivers to keep going for P11. And once again, I think Ashray might be off Glory as he breaks very, very late and almost collects Banat right there. Luckily, he avoids that. But as I was saying earlier, he is overdriving the car, and is not helping him at all to get that position. As Shan is now right behind Oshan in that damaged Porsche. I think Shan is also quite damaged as well, but that BMW just roars past as they go side by side. Shan utilizing all the track to his use, but Oshan had the inside line and just slightly bumps him off and retains his position at P13. As Deepakraj is also now chasing Swagger Turbo as we are on the last lap, and suddenly there are 4 5 battles going on, couple of cars here and there chasing each other, and Deepak Raj is right there, and of course it's Davlish Singh who finishes P1, crosses the line as Worship the Panda has gone for a detour on the last turn, and looks like he might be trying a move on Sai Prithvi, but it didn't work out as he crosses the line, goes P2, and Panda also goes P3. FIFA Kanak will be P4, and Pururagoda quite decent gap behind, finishes P5. But yeah, it's Deepak and Swagata both fighting it out as we approach the last 3 turns. And let's see if Deepak has enough of time to get ahead of Swagata.
I don't think he'll risk it, to be honest. I mean, it's just the final one corner. You don't want to lose that P9 at least. But yeah, I'm happy
Yep,
that. Okay,
it's gonna be a drag race. It's gonna be a drag
I
race.
think. Yep,
Just
Pururav got it. No,
yeah.
Swagger, I think. Who was it?
Swagger got it. Yeah, Swagger
Yep.
got it.
So that was. I mean, I
And
was not expecting that to happen. I seriously don't know what happened on the exit to Swagger because okay.
okay.
Shan,
No,
no!
that it doesn't work like that, my friend Oshan.
Please
You
hold
can't
it. No,
just
please hold it. Oh
hold it,
no.
hold it. Almost collects the other driver right there. As Shan is just stuck there. Oshan
Oh,
casually passes him. Oh my
that
god!
was not
As
the way you pass a car there when it's spun. She was very fast there. You should have slowed down a lot.
yeah. That's unlucky for Faizan. He should have seen the car just stuck there, standing there, and but yeah, probably all started, not start, but yeah, of course, Oshan just cut through the right part of that chicane and just mowed down Shan right there. But before that, we saw Starmax and Banat once again. Starmax overdriving the car, which resulted him in not getting a decent exit and stuff. And that's the end of race one. We have Davlish finishing P1, Sai Priti P2, Panda P3. FIFA Kanak, Pururao rounding off top five. Then we have AJ Sam and Senna in the silver classes finishing P6 and 7. Swaga Turbo becomes the highest Sam class finishers in P8. Deepakraj, Aladdin, and Banat, followed by Chamax slot to round off the top 12 with four silver drivers. Then we have Dunlop, Oshan, Shan, Faizan, Supreme Kai, and Mamuk Admi, who were Baldy, who finished on the same lap. And then we had Flying Chapati and Shawshank one lap down. And then we had the non-finishers, Psyduck, Turbochu, Ketzel, Heisenberg, and a non-starter that is me. So yeah, if we can quickly go to the replay if possible before our race to starts, because I would love to see what happened at the start.
Yup, that was kind of a side turn. I actually need to know what exactly happened there. And not just the start, even the ending was something to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can go through all the laps quickly. I think there might be a 5 to 6 minute delay between the server starts. We can actually quickly go through all the replays and stuff. Sure, that will be quite interesting to see.
Yep, and it was pretty interesting race, but yeah, I'm still confused what happened to Starmix Roger. Was he trying to get a move done on one up, or was it because that, the sunlight from, I think that was it because of the sunlight which made him blind to what corner and was breaking point.
Yeah, true.
I mean, yep, as we are on board, we are seeing the replay of the race start of race one. Let's see what happened. I think we can go on board with Baldy, to be honest, on the start. We'll get a decent idea what exactly
Let it
happened
cook,
there.
Danish. Let it cook.
Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens. There's a tap from the car behind, or I think it was a tap from Audi on Ocean and.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Slow mo, please.
yep. I think that there's a just see that Audi behind Ocean's car.
Yeah,
Yup.
that taps him. That Audi is Banat.
And behind him was Faizan who tapped Banat after that, and that just caused a chain reaction there.
Can we go back once again? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, just to see what happened. Once again, this is interesting because this will provide us a new password for the next race. Okay, yeah, I see how it snowballed, but yeah, how is that blue Ferrari turning on its own? I want to see that.
It just went in a different place. It was just spinning on its own, it looked like.
Yeah, who's that blue Ferrari? Is that Mamu?
I think it's Swagger. Oh no, it's Heisenberg. What is it, Heisenberg?
It's Shawshank. It's
It's
Shawshank. Oh,
Shawshank.
he just went on the grass. Okay, and he collects. And there's Mamuk Admi as well collecting
To
other
be honest,
drivers.
I would say that is a pretty nice way to avoid the carnage in front. He just spun there and avoided the car in front.
I mean,
He
I
didn't
think,
crash into the cars in
bruh.
front. Though he spun, but he didn't touch the cars there, so he kind of avoided that. Pretty unique
Yeah,
technique. Some serious skill, I should say.
I mean, I don't know what happened right there. This is just
Yep, but as like we discussed, I think it was because of the kink, which I think Banat was just going straight. He must have tried this to, increase the radius of turn one. But yep, it's
yeah.
sometimes pretty technical to get it right.
Yeah, sorry to once again say that. Can we go to? Okay, let's watch this. Okay,
Uh,
yeah,
I think this was last lap incident. Yep, it
yeah,
was.
last lap.
And
And
uh,
just boop.
I I'm not sure if there was enough grip for Oshan to slow down there after going onto the grass and cutting the corner. So I can't even say
Yeah.
if he did it deliberately or he should have slowed down or whose mistake it is. Only the telemetry could tell if he was
Yep.
braking fully or not.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, that sun is also blinding now that I
Yep,
see go
eyes
on a
are
drive. Okay, that's why maybe. Can we go back once again to see? Yeah, and that's the sun right in his eyes. And suddenly there
and
is a car. Okay, yeah, maybe a bit of benefit of doubt to Faizan because that sun on potato PCs or high-end PCs can be very, very blinding.
yep.
So, yeah.
But being honest, there must have been yellow flags, no?
Yep, it would have immediately said there's a slow car ahead, or a yellow flag
So
would
the
have popped
drive,
up on the track map.
yep. In that case, the driver should have slowed down. I mean, that's what normally it says. But again, it's the benefit of doubt, obviously, there that the sun was blinding or the PC was not good enough to capture those moments with that sun. But yep. So let's see, it's up to the stewards to decide who is to blame there.
Yeah, can we go to turn one and on Starmat's POV if possible?
He's surely loving this training.
Yeah, lap one, turn one. Because
There is full, how should I say? I would not say drama, but it's pretty much kind of something. There is every moment there's something happening on the track.
yeah, Ashray's POV. Starmax slot. P7, yep. Can we go a bit back onward?
Oh,
Oh, now I see it.
yeah, this was an independent incident.
Yeah.
Just fun and sympathy.
Oh my god.
Oh, why? Nice stuff.
Another Ray
I
moment caught in 1080p.
Yeah, I get it why everyone is going after him in the chat right now. Otherwise, because I earlier thought it's just okay. Yep, Ray moment.
Yep, as we said at the
Oh,
start itself,
hold
this
on. I
okay.
think. I'm sorry. I think he's been. I think he got caught on the on the curb there. I think he's bottomed out his car. Hold on.
You
Let me.
see?
Yeah, let me unmute
Yeah.
the audio. Uh, so he gets. I think he gets stabbed here by I think Pururam Goda. Yeah, double taps him actually. Tries to do a donut but fails, and then
Nope.
And then
Oh.
the car's shut off.
oh, it's shut off. Oh my bad. I
Yeah,
thought his car bottomed out.
Yep. As
yeah, the
I
car just
mean,
shut off.
to be honest,
And
we discussed.
indicating, nice guy.
He is a man of rules. Should we say rules or how should we say it?
Don't know. He's going left after indicating right, and he's driving a Merc, not a BMW, so I don't know what's happening there.
He's a good
Can it because
Samaritan.
of
That's what he wanted
no
to
no?
say.
Can it be because of this thing German? Because obviously we have seen in India that German cars have the indicators on a different side, so sometimes it's confusing.
Quite possible. I think every lab had something. Probably behind then we had, I remember correctly, we saw the Oshan and Shan replay, we saw the race one time. Yeah, that one, Wendy's. And probably that Mercedes who was spinning as we shifted the camera from Schumacher.
Yep, and to be honest, I won't be surprised if we have more incidents to watch out for in the next race than this one. So, yep, Nürburgring never fails to give us an interesting race no matter what.
It's a lovely track and provides some great action as well.
And I think this is okay. This is Banat who is chasing Psyduck. Okay.
Just unsettles the car over Schumacher is. Almost
He
Chan
almost
just
held it.
lose. Yeah.
Almost held it there. Uh, but again, I think it's not. I think it's a mid-engine car or rear-engine car.
It's a mid-engine one.
So yeah, I mean, can it be the reason for him to not able to, control it? Because if it was Aston or something which is a front-engine car, it would have been slightly easier to control it.
Yeah, quite possible. But then probably just if we go on board him during that procedure and whatever he was doing, then we might get to see his steering inputs and why he suddenly snapped out of that. Because of course the whole spin out was caused because he dipped his wheel in the gravel just after the what do you call it, the curbs right here, and
Yep.
just unsettled the car. Turns, got it, and just that probably that rear tag going onto the grass following the correction that just made him lose traction and once again go into the barriers.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, right now it looks like our viewers would enjoy the chat more, like the Discord chat more than the race, whatever is happening there. Because after we have seen how the race was, obviously there are more things happening in chat. So, yep, turn one was enough to make it happen.
Yeah, turn was there in the making ever since Nürburgring was put down and happened, and it has happened.
Yep, meanwhile, probably at least trying to just figure on how we could have improved his pace. This shows how fast drivers react after the race, how they are just striving for more pace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, and I think we'll soon be jumping into the race too if I'm not wrong. Also, server is up.
Yeah, I think server should be up right now. There's no update. Should be up.
I think they're still waiting for it because the message is posted here. Let's see. Let's hope for it to get up soon. And yep, we'll just move on. Better turn one compared to this race two. So I would just hope for that.
So,
Though I avoid incidents and battles, would not like to see it happen. It was literally a car park there, so it's not
I mean, traffic is bad at both places, but yeah, it's probably worse here at Nürburgring.
Yep, it surely is. And yep, let's just hope that race 2 is better. I would sure love to see battles in race 2. So SSJ, okay, we have not asked you till now how was your reaction of race 1. Any comments on race 1? best part I would say is like in the previous season compared to previous seasons, there are a lot of drivers who have upped their game and are pretty fast this time. Like we generally it was like we don't expect that these drivers would put such a really good time compared to previous seasons, and then we see okay, he has done like amazing lap time to be in let's say top 10, top 5, and then yep, we see how much they must have practiced to get the lap time.
That is on that point which you just said. We also have to give massive appreciation to Swag putting that car in. He's an A class driver and he's on control. So still he managed to finish the first race, and not just this race, last few races as well. I think he's been consistently finishing in the top 15. So that is a massive achievement considering there are so many single class and dual class drivers this season, season 7. So yeah, it's an amazing show.
Yep. It just shows that in racing, it's not like you have to make the move right at the race start or even have to be aggressive. The most important thing about racing is you have to keep the car on track and finish the race. Because if you don't finish the race, there's no point of first, second, third, right? So the most important thing is you have to finish the race, and I think because of that only, when there were a lot of incidents happening, Swagger just upped his game and kept his pace consistent, used those opportunities, and finished in top 10.
Yep, indeed.
Even with that handicap control, like you said.
Yes, yeah, the controller is the bigger the bigger handicap.
Yep.
Compared to other drivers, you don't have the most precise movement, steering, braking, especially. I've experienced it firsthand. I mean, when I tried Nürburgring, I was doing 2-minute twos, and it was very tough on controller. And I think here he's managed to figure out the right settings to be consistent. As I think we have only 10 seconds, 5 seconds for the race start, so yeah, I'll leave it to you boys to do the comms.
Yep. And I think drivers would soon start to move towards the start-finish line in the double profile. Yep, as we see drivers are just weaving, breaking the profile. I would say it's not allowed. Drivers don't do that, no matter how much you want to weave. Stay in your line, please. So, yep. So, Kake, would you like to go through the race start?
Yep, absolutely. As we are about to reach the start-finish line for our race 2, which will be of 30 minutes. It of course gives another chance to all those who couldn't probably finish the last race. Double points for the player as well, as we are across the line and it's green flag. And I think this time around, Cyprus, we had a nice start. He has already, just side to side with Davlish right there, as Davlish breaks ahead going into turn 1. Don't see anyone becoming bowling ball right now. And they all have a relatively clean getaway this time around. The whole field going 3 wide through turn 1 and turn 2, but no incidents to report as such. The top 3 had quite a decent getaway, as we see one of the cars going really wide there. That's, I think, Deepak's Audi. And he joins back, no incidents. It goes a bit deep, and that's some contact with Oshan's Porsche up ahead at P6, not the incident we were looking at a bit behind. But yeah, I think a relatively clean getaway. Just one car who is currently white flagged coming out of turn 4. But the rest of the field has had a pretty decent start.
And it looks like Worship the Panda has managed to make a move on Sai Prithvi at the start itself. So, yep, he is on it to get that P2 at least from Sai Prithvi. But yeah, I think it's only at Nürburgring where you see a race start in double profile and it turning into a triple profile by reaching the turn 1 before reaching the turn 1. So, yep. And like you said, pretty clean start as we see Faizan tapping. Was it 5? No, who is it? Faizan,
Yeah, that is Faizan,
clapping the
yeah.
driver in front and just losing the car. braking pretty late. He should brake a bit early just to keep the car on track. And yep, very close with that Ferrari driver. I think it was Heisenberg. Yep.
Yep,
So,
that's Eisenberg.
and right now, as you see, Deepak who is trying to put pressure on Fives and trying to defend from Deepak. Let's see how long he can keep Deepak and the
Yes.
other cars behind.
Yeah,
And
Sai
yep,
has gone ahead of Panda once again now.
wow.
So that battle is going on quite nicely as Purura Ogoda and Aegis Sam have a mini drag race to turn one. Just as the kink in the pit line occurs, you break Purura almost going into the back of Aegis Sam right there as that's Ocean coming for a mega dive bomb right there. His dive bombs have been quite dangerous and he just, pushes Senna 46 past him. Those dive bombs definitely need to be checked because there will be massive amount of reports coming in. But somehow there's no massive accident because of that as Faizan and Deepak continue to fight as Aladdin join in the battle, taps Deepak from behind. Heisenberg overtakes him in that Ferrari, and now Fuzzy Dunlop is also fancying a move around the outside against Aladdin. Doesn't quite stick it as this five-way battle rather continues on.
Yep. Though, like Ocean was about to take another driver that was in
Yeah.
front through turn one, but yep, fortunately there was no crash, like no major crash. But yeah, I think the turn one is a corner which kinds of provokes you to brake late, get that dive bomb done. You feel like you'll stop the car, but as soon as you approach the apex, you feel like nope, the car won't stop. There's not enough track width or just on the apex to turn the car. Your car will surely run wide. And yep, I think that's what happened. He kind of misjudged there the amount of grip he had or the amount of track he had there. But yeah, right now Deepak, who is still keeping the pressure on Fives, and is doing kind of good now to keep Deepak behind, because it's not easy to keep a faster driver behind on this track. So yep, I think Deepak would still wait for the next lap or the final corner to get the move done. And I just say Faizan, just cut the corner. Okay, that's not allowed, Faizan. That's not allowed to keep the position.
Yeah, yeah, and that's probably a track warning as well as Deepak was a bit wide, and now Heisenberg almost pulled side by side through him, but doesn't get the necessary run out of the last turn. And Deepak is still ahead as we see Swagger Turbo and Starmax Lord trying to fight it out. Starmax Lord gets the position after Swagger and Senna were involved in a bit of a battle, and Deepak goes ahead of Faizan finally.
That
As
was very close with.
Yep,
I'm sorry to cut you.
almost.
Very close with Deepak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
almost tapped Deepak's left rear right there. Could have been, quite dangerous to both of them. As Oshan is once again on the side of a car and he just spins AJ Sam around. This has been some questionable driving right here from Oshan. I'm sorry to pinpoint him, but hasn't been great as of now. Even in race one, there were some, unnecessary dive bombs without any preemptive measures or any sort of thinking behind them. And once again, he just goes inside the car. Maybe AJ Sam could have left a bit of a space, but then again, you only poke your nose where there is space. You don't, just create space out of nothing.
yep. I think it. But I don't know. But Ocean was pretty fine in the first race. I don't know. He's going pretty aggressive in this race. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I think he should just calm himself down slightly. Stick to the position he is in. Try not to lose a lot of positions. Get the rhythm of the car, and then try to go for the move, because I mean, again, this time the track is not at optimum temperature. The track temperature is higher by 1 degree, and the track is also fast. So
Yeah.
it will be
And he
difficult.
once again taps Senna right there, just bumps Senna off. Again, that's Oshan just tapping the rear of a car and making them spin around. That is absolutely unnecessary on his part. There was no space. He just went into the right rear of Senna and just spun him around. As we see, that's Flying Chapati, fancy move down the inside, doesn't get it. But yeah, it's now Starmax Lord who is ahead of Oshan, so he might need to be a bit careful right there.
Yep, and to be honest, I'm not sure how we are able to how we are able to just capture that incidence of Ocean every time. Like we just managed to capture those incidents every time he is on the screen. There's an incident. So
Yeah, you're welcome, Tanish.
amazing streaming from our streamer SLJ. That shows experience in streaming as well, I should say, and why he's the lead in IRC.
And thanks to ACC Race Control as well. Free
Yep,
endorsement by IRC.
Yep.
exactly. Yep, back to racing as we see Swagger, who's taking a wider line, will get a better exit. Nope, he runs too wide there, and this just brings Banat too close to the driver, who is Swagger. And Banat again, I think it looked like he made the same mistake through the Schumacher races which he did in the last race. Deepak
Yep.
trying to go for the move on the inside, which will turn outside for the next corner. Will he make it stick? Will there be enough room? Yep, there is. Banat is. The battle is pretty clean till now. Banat giving him enough room. Nope, Deepak don't have a chance as of now. He's behind Banat. And will he go for the move through this corner? Nope. Smart decision to not go for the move through that chicane, because we have seen the incidents that have happened there. So yep.
Just letting you know, guys, Sai Prithvi is dropped down to P5.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just about to say that something must have happened up ahead, which we have missed definitely. That Sai Prithvi is down to P5, and this battle between Deepak and Banat is still going. Both of them in the Audi, of course, and Banat manages to stay a bit ahead. The turn to the sweeping left-hander, and then you just brake and go back into the right-hander coming up. And he's following, Deepak is following the tighter lines. He's will try to get a sniff down the inside, doesn't have much room or space. And yeah, Banat nicely blocks him off.
Yep. I would just say sometimes I've seen drivers who, fully move to the left of the track, or like I should say, fully on the inside or fully on the outside just to defend. I think sometimes it's kind of better if you just neither stay on the left nor on the right. Just kind of keep the car in middle and not make a lot of erratic movements. It will be legal, it will be safe, plus it will not give the driver behind a chance to overtake as well. So yeah, drivers can use these tactics to just defend from the drivers behind.
Yep, absolutely. And considering this track as well, I think it's sector 1 and probably the start of sector 2 where you have the most chances to pull off an overtake. After that, you can just, stick to your racing lines, and it will be quite difficult for the driver behind to overtake you. So, because of course, the turn 1 to 4 section is quite, spacious, slow corner, sweeping corner. So, a lot of people tend to take different lines. But yeah, after that it's quite a narrow track, and you can just stick to the racing line to get the best speeds, best exits.
Yep, and I have to say it's 10 minutes already into the race, and I don't know when they passed. So yep, drivers are like forcing us to keep eyes on the track, on the racing that is happening here, and yep, that is proving to be an amazing race as Banat is trying to go for a move. Will he stick it? Nope. And yep, he does. He overtakes Swagger, I think. Yep.
That is Swagger, yes.
And Deepak is now fancying a move on Swagger, and he runs wide, breaks late. Nope, he's not able to get that move done as of now. Yep, Swagger keeps the car in front of Deepak, though loses the position to Banat. So yeah.
Yep, all that fighting has enabled Aladdin to come back into the picture. He's now right behind these two guys. And I think Swag is on controller, so when looking from behind, some of his controls can be quite weird to look at. The car just wearing off, suddenly just jerky actions. So even that might, yeah, as we see on board with the steering, if we can stick through this turn, we'll see how it suddenly snaps. And probably not the optimal line going into Schumacher's as well, neither at the entry nor at the exit. So that will cost him some time, as it looks like he's just, a flash, just turning his steering wheel at speed of light right there. and that's
Yep.
because that's humanly impossible to turn your steering wheel that quick. That's controller tax for you, as Pururao and Sai Prithvi are now fighting it for P4. FIFA
Yep.
Kanak is being chased by Worship the Panda, and this time he seems to be ever so close to that Lambo.
Yep. Sai Prithvi. Yep. Sai Prithvi is just trying to get that. Was it Sai Prithvi? I'm not sure. Yep. Sai Prithvi. Here he is.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get that move done on Pururav, and Pururav in that Bentley with Sai in that Porsche. Will it be an easy move on it? I don't think it will be on straight at least.
Yes, goes Panda goes down the inside. Deepa goes down the inside, sorry, and has the move done on Swagger Turbo. Moves up to P10, and let's see if Swagger Turbo can come back at him or he will lose another place to Aladdin. It seems like Aladdin had a nice run there, had a nice line, but somehow Swagger Turbo manages to stay ahead and is currently P11.
Yep. And right now, Aladdin still waiting to get that move done on Swagger. Not sure if he'll go aggressive or not, but let's see when he can make that move. Plus, yep, as we see Pururav who is being pressurized by I think it's Sai, yep, Sai, who slightly made the mistake on the exit of Schumacher SS. I'm not sure if it because of dirty air or what. But yep, I think Sai Prithvi for this move, I don't think it would be easy seeing the pace difference is not a lot. But yep, he would have sorry, Sai Prithvi will need to put a lot of effort to get that move done on Pururav.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Sai is a great defensive driver, definitely. As we see Faizan going wide, and that's a really, really questionable rejoin this time around. Well, it was once again in the braking zone, so maybe that's all in, but AJ Sam avoided that collision. And now Baldy's right behind all these three drivers, so that's once again a Foka battle right up front as Faizan once again cuts the chicane, and somehow it's Heisenberg who loses two positions in all that scuffle, and he tries to get back at Baldy and gets back that position. Does he have a decent enough exit to gain on Sam? Doesn't look like it as of now, as Faizan is now ahead of this pack, and Baldy is now fancying his chances down the inside. Sticks to the inside line. Heisenberg tries to go for a switchback. He did went wide at the entry, but doesn't quite go that way. But instead sticks to the conventional racing line. Is now down the inside, but Baldy goes around the outside and has the move done. There might be a bit of tapping, but yeah, they are away without spinning.
Yep, and it's halfway into the race distance, or almost halfway, being 8 seconds left for the half mark distance. But yep, as we see, Pururav still. Wait, yep, Sai Prithvi has made the move on Pururav,
Yeah,
so
Sabri is up ahead.
it's going. I don't know if he has time to reach Panda, who is more than 8 seconds in front of him until obviously Panda makes a mistake or anyone in front makes a mistake. But yep, I think top three, the battle would only be between Worship the Panda and FIFA Kanak for that P2 spot. Apart from that, it's kind of stable there. But yeah, so Aladdin,
Yeah,
who is still behind Swagger, I think Swagger is doing really amazing to defend from Aladdin. What's your say on this?
yeah, absolutely. He's placing the cars nicely, and it's nice to see Aladdin also not being too eager and just diving here and there, unlike some drivers we have seen in this race. But yeah, nice of him to show some respect. And Swagger is doing also a nice job. Currently, one of the higher runnings AM class position as Faizan is drifting off track just before the last turn, almost collects three drivers, but yeah, better sense prevailed, didn't rejoin dangerously, and is now second last in track position, P20 right now. And up ahead, we have that Poka Pack, AJ Sam, Baldy, Heisenberg, Fuzzy Nulab still in the mix. still going against each other in bunch of pairs,
Ye-
and yeah, lots of mixed class battles as well going on overall.
Yep. And like I wait, Aladdin, yeah, Aladdin is going side by side with Swagger. He was, I should say. But yeah, I think Aladdin knows that it's like you said, it's not feasible or will not be a good, good thinking to go side by side with Swagger, who is on a control and might not
Those,
be that
uh,
okay precise with his steering, and that's what happened, I think,
Looks like,
because
yeah, sorry to cut you off there. Looks like China's
yep.
hiring once again.
uh,
Aldin's also named his team accordingly. If you guys didn't
yep,
see it yet, Guangdong Tigers.
yeah, and ode to, of course, one and only Nirma as well, who was the VFX artist of that amazing advertisement.
Oh yes, of
Uh,
course. I mean, we're missing Nirma today. I just realized he was the M Class winner in Silverstone last weekend.
Yep.
Sad that he's not with us today. Never
yeah,
mind.
what do you mean he's not with us
I mean,
today?
in the race, of course.
Today, just today. Otherwise,
Yeah,
he's
today.
always
Yeah.
there with us.
But yeah, like the battle is still on between Worship the Panda and FIFA Kanak. I am not sure who'll come out on top, being like seeing these two drivers who are similarly paced. But yeah, like can't really comment on this battle, though it's going amazing because I don't think they have crash or something. The battle is going from the start itself, and if they are still that close, so yep, they must have been doing a clean battle till now.
Yeah, unless Panda feels like he's being really bogged down by FIFA Canuck, I don't think he will be, making any aggressive moves. He will be quite happy to stick around to till the end of the race, taking the race deep
Yep.
and making sure that there's enough breathing space, considering Cyprus is also closing the gap behind them. And if these two do get into a battle, a close one where they are going side by side, they will lose a bit of time, and Cyprus will be back into the mix once again, which I don't think either of these two will want.
Yep. I think Panda would wait 3-4 minutes more till when it's final 5-6 minutes. He would try to go slightly aggressive, push his car slightly more, and get that move or get closer to FIFA Connect. Because right now the game is to keep that pressure on FIFA Connect. Try to analyze where he is messing up his braking or exit through the corners. Just studying that thing and finding the right opportunity, right corner to get the move done in the final 5-6
Yeah,
minutes.
yep, absolutely. And another battle that's going on is between these two Audis, the Banat and Deepakraj, fighting it for quite a decent amount of time now. They have been going against each other here and there throughout the last 3-4 laps,
Yep.
and this skirmish will decide who gets 2 rounds of the P9 and P10 positions. As of course, they are of quite importance because of the amount of points they carry, and those points will be double because of it being a double point race. As Deepak loses it under braking, almost collects. The Banat there as he was sliding off, he probably would have been hoping, oh no, 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 don't crash, and he barely avoids that,
Yep.
and oof, luckily for him, no cars around him are near enough to take advantage of that spin. But he loses a lot of time in that battle against Banat as Aladdin is now. Aladdin, who was battling with Swagato but had spun around at the hairpin, is now being pressurized by Ejasam, and right behind them is Baldy.
Yep. And I'm happy that Deepak didn't get damage for himself also there. He avoided
Yeah,
that damage to the car, and yep, thankfully it stayed on the track without hitting any barriers. But yeah, he lost a lot of time to Banat, who and there was even a chance to overtake Banat. So yep. And like we said, it's 8 minutes, sorry, 9 minutes left into the race with AJ Sam trying to pressurize Aladdin. So, yep, I think the top guy, Davlish, must have created a lot of gap to the driver in P2. So, I think it's kind of a bit more calm now compared to race 1.
yeah. With the race time increasing, the grid sort of settles itself, and there are a bunch of cars formed here and there, but then it's still no massive amount of overtaking going on.
Yep.
Still, yeah, just as I say, we have a few battles, Shan, Faizan, and Tabuchuk up ahead. But yeah, it's been like this only for a decent amount of time now. Three cars here and there. Worship the Panda and Deepakraj have been at a similar distance against each other as well. So yeah, it has settled down nicely.
Yeah, and I mean, being honest, this race was, pretty much better compared to last one because the drivers must have learned from their mistakes of, or what exactly happened, where they should be braking or not. So, yep. But again, as I see on the top right, there's again change of track conditions, temperature increasing by 1 more degree, and track coming back to optimum. So, will the drivers be trying to push a bit more and, maybe just try to maybe whether overtake or just defend from the cars behind? I think if just a, like a quick curious question, if the drivers see this difference that the track has changed from fast to optimum, and obviously they'll try to slightly push the car more, brake aggressively. Will it give the drivers an advantage who have spotted this change?
Yeah, definitely. Plus, I think the drivers will start feeling as there's a three-car pile up there, two cars spun around the Porsche of Aladdin, and that is Baldy. And who went ahead was HSM. Yeah, I think it's HSM, or I don't know who actually went ahead. Lots of drivers went ahead suddenly, but yeah, coming just before the Schumacher curves into the hairpin as Heisenberg is doing a Tokyo drift in Germany. That's the wrong place, sir. And he loses a lot of positions again. As soon as we thought that this race is getting boring, once again, someone decides to spin and give us some more content.
Yep. The main watching points of today's event was the start of the race and the ending of the race. So these two things, mid-race, there will be incidents obviously, but the start and the end ones are surely the ones to watch out for.
Yep, absolutely.
And as you see, Oshan, who is driving off track on the grass, I think he must have messed up the exit. As we see, Flying Chapati who has spun, but he was running comfortably there. I think he's still P8. So, yep, I don't know where exactly he was. I can't figure it out, but still, I think a decent show from him. Even after spin, he's P8.
Yeah, true, but that gives Banat a chance. And as I speak of Banat, I noticed that Deepak has dropped down. He was right behind Banat for quite a while, but he has dropped down,
Yeah, I mean,
and it's now.
Deepak spun into turn one. Oh, as
Oh,
Okay. Oh, yes, yes, of course, Deepak's fun internal. How can I forget that? My bad. As Hasenberg once again goes for a short trip to the gravel, and yeah, and now it's another battle going on. It's Shan, Baldy, and that's Turbo 2 ahead of them.
yep, I think Heisenberg lost his rear slightly under braking, and that's why he was not able to stop his car on time at turn one. But yeah, right now we are watching Banat, who is currently running P9 with Deepak 1.4 behind him again.
yeah, Banat
Yeah, he
just
has
made a
made him.
mistake.
Ah, Banat
Yeah,
just
Yep.
made a mistake.
yeah.
Okay.
I went on board him as soon as I saw yellow flags in his name.
Yep. So again, the battle is on. It looked like Banat didn't want to drive alone. He kind of wanted some fun in the race. So he's like, no, you know what? I'll just do one thing. I'll slow down or maybe get into some incident. Wait for Deepak to catch up, and then again the battle is on for the final 4 minutes.
Yeah, probably they enjoy all the battle instead of, just driving around lonely like I would say the Leash has been doing since this whole season. He's once again comfortably in P1 miles ahead of the competition. And we are right now on board the guys who might actually be closest to him in terms of track position, the last runners who the leash will be fancying his chances to lap them. But it's Baldy against Turbochuk right here for some of the final finishing positions.
Yep. As right now. It's 3.5 minutes remaining into the race, so I think at max 3 laps.
Yeah, Tavlish is just about to cross the line.
Yeah, I'd say
It
2 laps.
Yeah,
looks
two
like
laps.
two
Yeah, two
laps. Yep,
laps.
2 laps. So
Yeah, the podium
two
interview is
laps.
gonna be very awkward because Oshan's leading the silver class.
Don't worry.
I mean, no comments.
No comments. Awkward silence.
Awkward silence. Yep, exactly. As we are on board with Senna, I think Swagger is still doing an amazing job till now. He's P11 in, and he's in AM class. So I think if he nope, he is still pretty far from Deepak. So I think if he doesn't make a mistake, it's pretty much settled for him in P11. But yeah, if he does finish in P11 and he was P8 in the previous race, that would be a strong showing from him at this event. Uh, right now, it's kind of settled out. I don't see a lot of battles happening, to be fair. As we, as I'm okay, I'm just seeing another battle now.
Yeah,
Must have missed it.
jinxed you hard there, Hinter.
Isn't it like isn't the jinx happening throughout the event, like from the start itself, in one way or other? It's there. It's always there.
Yeah, since race one, probably it started as soon as the briefing began. As Shan had a really bad exit from last one for some reason, as Baldy goes past and gets P15. But yeah, talking about the jinx started in pre-race briefing when they mentioned that he would not like anyone to be next season's password. But a couple of people had different ideas going into race one, turn one, and now every time we speak, that race is getting dull. We have a nice race or a nice battle or a nice incident somewhere happening.
Yep, and I won't be surprised if in the next season at Nürburgring race it changed the password to Bengaluru traffic. I mean, okay, anything can happen. Let's see. But yep, as did Deepak run wide there? I'm not sure, but still he's close to Banat, and it's less than a minute remaining. Let's see if he can make the move. It's all or nothing now for that P9 spot. Will Deepak stay for P10? Will Deepak try to get that move done? We'll find it out soon.
Yeah, he'll have one lap more to get the move done, reduce that 4 tenths of gap, and make it a negative 4 tenths for himself. So that's let's see how this battle goes on. And is FIFA Canuck clear of Vasudha Panda? On to that battle. Yeah, looks like it. They are clear of each other. Probably a second gap between those two drivers.
The only thing
And
I'm
yeah,
surprised, I'm sorry to cut you off there, but the only thing I'm surprised in this race is Ocean, after being into so many incidents, is still P6.
Yep, probably luckily hasn't encountered any other driver close enough. So luckily racing cleanly enough as of now,
Yep.
as Deepakraj and Banat are going side by side. Deepakraj at the inside line gets the better line for the upcoming left-hander, and I think he has got the move done. A bit of overstay for him, but yeah, he has the move locked and done as he gets up to P9 now after a long time. We have a couple of yellow flags going to turn one. I see AJ Sam has gone really deep, and up ahead Baldy as well, I think was involved somehow. So yeah, some sort of stuff going on there as Davlish crosses the line, gets P1 once again. It's another grand slam for Davlish, and behind him, I think it's FIFA Kanak. Yeah, rounding off the last corner gets P2. Brilliant drive from the two Lambo drivers right there. As Worship the Panda also crosses the line soon enough and finishes P3, followed by the other Porsche. So two Lambos and two Porsches rounding off the top four. And I don't think we have any other close enough battle as we come into this last lap. Can I jinx it once again?
Let's see. But yeah, I think that it looks like Davrish is trying to challenge Max Verstappen in terms of consecutive laps led.
Oh,
As
oh,
we
oh,
see,
we
there's
see
a
a
car
spin.
spinning. Not a battle, but an incident for sure.
Yep, and Aegis Sam has had I think 2 or 3 spins now within a 2 lap period and has lost a lot of places and finishes P17 most likely as Banat crosses the line, finishes P10. Swagger Turbo, impressive drive from him overall. As we have Senna and Baldy going on at it towards the final chicane, Senna manages to keep his car ahead and probably will do so coming at the final turn as well. Yep, and he will finish P13. Shan goes P14, and then we have probably someone left the 7. There is a bit of what? What was that supposed to be?
I'm not sure what that was. That was AJ Sam. I think he had an incident. And
Yeah.
whew,
No
yeah,
brakes, no
even
brakes.
I lost my heart was in my mouth for a moment.
I just saw the blue Aston Martin just yeeting across the chicane, just cutting off AJ Sam there. But yeah, it's the race is done. Race 2 is over. The Nürburgring race is over. We have Davlish who gets the overall victory. P1 in quali, P1 race 1, P1 race 2. Grand Slam, another one for him. FIFA Kanak, impressive drive from him, finishing P2. Then we have Panda and Sai Prithvi in the couple of Porsches. Puru Gowda finishes P5. We have top 5 pro drivers. Then we have Oshan winning the silver class, finishing P6. Tamax P7. Flying Chapati, Deepak, and Banat rounding off the top 10. Then we had the AM class winner, Swagger Turbo, finishing P11. Senna, Baldy, Shan, Faizan. All of these drivers are involved in quite a lot of battles. Then Supreme Kai, AJ Sam, and Aladdin finishing well within the leader. Tabuchuk and Dunlop as well. And then we had the non-finishers in Heisenberg, Shawshank, Mamuk Admi, Psyduck, and that's it for race 2. Some amazing stuff right there. All these drivers, of course, we had a relatively clean getaway compared to race 1. And some nice stuff going on. And we will get our drivers for our podium interviews soon.
Yep. It was an amazing race. Lot of incidents, not only battles, whether it's spinning, carnage, or whatever. So, yep, it was an amazing race. It was. I mean, the best part would be to ask, the our podium drivers plus their respective class winners, and just to find out what exactly was happening in front of them on track. Because for us, it was a lot of stuff happening on the track. Was not easy to keep a track of every event. But yep, right now we are getting the drivers in the commentary box to have a chat with them on what exactly happened there. Till then, we can, I think, start with the interviews. So, we have our overall race winner, Davlish Singh. Davlish, are you with us? Okay. I think there's some issue with Davlish who cannot join us for the interview as of now because of mic issues. So, yep, Davlish, would it be fine for you? I will just ask you one question because we know what happened in the race with you. So, would you be able to type that in the chat for us? And I would like to say the same thing to our viewers. So, yep, my question is, the main question is, see, you are literally winning every race from past, literally from the season start, you are literally winning almost every race, leading every lap. So, are you trying to challenge Max Verstappen for the number of consecutive laps led? I see Davlis is typing. Let's see what he answers to us. Yep, I am expecting an interesting answer to be honest. Let's see what he has to say. But yep, that was
Ah, okay,
okay. That's
quite
an amazing
expected.
achievement. He's striving for a season Grand Slam. I think it would be the first time a driver would be getting that if he does that because season Grand Slam means leading every quali, every lap, every race. throughout the season. So it's not something that you can do easily. It requires efforts, and yep, Davlish is showing it. So Davlish, all the best to yep, fastest laps as well, which you always manage to, sometimes even faster than quali in race. So yep. But yeah, I would just like to congratulate you on the win and your amazing performance in this race, plus throughout the season till now. So yep, keep it up and congrats on the win and the Grand Slam. Yep, race Grand Slam as of now. We'll soon be congratulating you for the season Grand Slam, I hope. So yep, now let's move on to the driver in P2, who is FIFA Kanak. FIFA Kanak, are you here with us?
Yes.
So FIFA Kanak, that was an amazing race from you as well. I think you and Panda were involved in the battle from race one itself, race one, then race two. I remember Panda going past you at the start of race two. Can you walk us through that incident? What exactly happened there?
Yeah, race two, I think he just went off at the last chicane and I just overtook him. And
Yep.
he did put a lot of pressure on me. Yeah, it needed to be a perfect race for like 20 minutes straight. And yeah, I luckily had that.
Yep, you really did amazing there, and keeping Worship the Panda behind is not an easy task, and you literally did it throughout the race two at least, and plus some a part of the race one. So that was a really amazing job from you. Like, were you pushing a lot, or it was like you were just trying to keep a consistent pace?
In race one, actually, I think Panda and Cyprus were both faster than me, and the guy behind was slower than me. So it was a bit of a boring race. But in race two, luckily they both have made a little mistakes, and I got ahead. I thought they would be faster, but I think in the dirty air, just being the Nürburgring, it's just very difficult to overtake. So they were not able to overtake me. And yeah, so luckily I kept the place.
Yep, and still, it was seriously like amazing race from you. And again, I think there are a lot of points for you today because it was a double point race, and P2 in both the races must have gotten you a lot of points and a decent position in championship. So congratulations on that, FIFA Kanak.
Thank you.
Yep. As of now, we don't have our P3 driver, so let's move on to our AM class winner, who is Swagger Turbo. Swagger Turbo, are you here?
Yes, I am.
First of all, I would like to say that we really praised you on the stream because of what you are doing. Because with controller, it's not that easy to get those lap times, get those consistency in ACC, and you were doing an amazing job both race one, race two. So, would you like to walk us through your race? Like, was it hectic? How was it? Because you were involved in a lot of incidents, battles. So, how was it for you?
Yeah, first of all, thank you. But yeah, it's like first race was actually pretty, hectic because of the first lap incident that happened. But somehow I got away with around 25, percent, like 25 seconds of damage. And my pace was actually better in race one compared to race two, where I was actually struggling a lot in the second race, because I wasn't really going wide. But yeah, for some reason, I wasn't just getting the turn in because of the higher fuel, and I overfueled by a little bit. So yeah, race two was pretty hard, and obviously, a lot of the fast drivers got caught in the first, what's it called? The first turn itself. So got a bit lucky there to come eighth. It was actually a photo finish between me and Deepak in the first race, which was
Yep.
actually pretty like nerve wracking, because both of us were there in the VC and we were like, God damn, that was close.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall Kim eighth in the first race was super happy, because yeah, that's I think the highest finish that I've got till now.
Yep, that was seriously an amazing race from you. And yep, we were talking about the race one ending where I'm not sure what happened to you on the exit, but suddenly Deepak was like very close and accelerating faster. So, yep, I think you heard me what I said there.
Yeah, so
I
it's
was
like
basically saying, yeah.
I think I touched the curb there, so it's like it just pushed me a little wide, and I didn't get the best of exits. And
Yes.
yeah, second race, I was just like I was letting people through who I thought that will be faster than me, especially comparing my times to them in the first race, because Deepak was like 2 seconds faster than me, anyways. So I was letting them through, and then I had a decent fight with Aladdin. But he tried to, I think, dive down the inside of the hairpin, and yeah, we had some contact there. Not really sure what happened there, but yeah, after that it was just a lonely race. My hands, like my palms are paining right now, but it was worth it.
Yep. And the incidents are to be talked to stewards. I hope they'll give a good decision on that. But yep, that was an amazing race from you, and congrats on your respective class win.
Thank you.
Congrats, Tambi.
Yep.
Sagar Tambi.
Yeah, okay. Now let's move on to our silver class winner who is Oshan, and he's in VC with us. So, Oshan, are you here? Can you
Yeah,
speak?
I won silver.
You
No.
won the silver class.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously, no one can beat Pavlish.
I mean, that's kind of true. But yep, so I would ask you, I think in race two, there were a lot of incidents at the start. I think you were kind of going a lot like close with the other drivers. There were some contacts as well. Can you go through
Yeah.
that incident? What exactly happened at the start of race two?
Yeah. So race two, I kept it clean. Uh, at least lap one was clean. Lap two, there were three cars fighting. So on the start finish line, and then the car that was third in that fight basically braked, I think, 10-15 meters before, and I was quite far behind, and I just braked my usual self. So yeah, I feel that I did not account for that part. I did not anticipate, so that was really my bad. And one more crash, I think, was with AJ. That was totally my mistake. I miscalculated that. Uh, yeah, that corner, and
Y-
yeah, and but there were two, I think, one or two incidents more, but that was basically people just moving under braking. Obviously, if you hold a line and you brake, then there is not much you can do.
Yep, I agree with you. Like said, it's racing and sometimes it's happen, and obviously these incidents are the ones which help you to learn and figure out what exactly went wrong there and improve next
Yeah,
time.
exactly. So I think
So
this season was
yep.
more about being very clean, and this race was exactly the opposite. Like I had a very bad qualifying, so I felt that I had good pace to be alongside Deepakraj in the start. So that could have been a P5, P6 at least. And being midfield, I knew there was going to be carnage because this is such a tight corner, and exactly the car behind me, I think it was car 88, did not brake at all, and it was just over. After that, it's just what's it going to be like. So
Yep.
yeah,
So and okay, I would just ask you a comment on the race one start turn one. What
yeah.
exactly happened? What did you see there? What
Uh,
I mean, how
I
did you react to
saw.
that?
Okay, so I braked properly. I
Yep.
felt I was fine. I kept good distance, and then I see my mirror filling up with an Audi grill, and yeah, it just slam dunk on my back. So I just went like a skateboard into everyone. So it was literally like bowling alley scenes.
Yep.
And
That
then
looked pretty hilarious on the stream. You should watch it. Yep.
yeah, I really want to watch it because I saw everyone literally crumbling like a jigsaw puzzle. It literally felt like Tetris if you're looking from the top view. And I mean, I who forgot to break? I have no idea. It was just funny. I just started laughing. So
Yep.
yeah. But that's what makes the weekend entertaining. I know it's not fun or anything for some people, but you have carnage, then it makes good for the spectators. Yeah,
Well, we do hope that interest comes with the battles instead of carnage in future. But yep,
I
it
agree.
surely was hilarious.
Yeah.
So yep, congratulations to you on your respective class win and great race from you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yep. So we are done with our interviews and it's time for us to say goodbye to you. But surely we'll join you guys back tomorrow with our F1 league races, which is tier 3 at 8 p.m. IST. So do make sure to join us on that since we are about to approach the end of the season. And surely there will be battles going on and trying to, get those positions in the championship. So, yep, I'm expecting an interesting race tomorrow as well. So, do join us on that. Signing off, Tanish as well as our streamer SSG. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.
Good night.